I was moved when Sharon spoke so beautifully about that idea that within us we have the capacity to create great good. We have the capacity to create great evil. We have the capacity to experience great, great sorrow, but also great, great joy. Great, great joy. And it makes me think of a song that I sang when I was a little kid, and I know Joe's probably way too young to know this song, but a couple of us, I think, may have heard it when it was actually sung. It's an old song called I Want to Be Happy. How many of us have ever heard that song? I Want to Be Happy. For those of us who don't, it goes like this. I want to be happy, but I can't be happy till I make you happy too. Oh, you guys are so good. Gives me an idea. Let's all do it together. Ready? I want to be happy, but I can't be happy till I make you happy too. Now the second verse gets even better. And I'm going to do it as a solo. Thank you. You'll have your chance. I promise. Life's really worth living if you are mirth given. Why don't I give some to you? And now let's do it in key. Everybody. Life's really worth living if you are mirth given. Why don't I give some to you? Now this song was written in 1925 by composer Vincent Yeomans and lyricist Irving Cesar and Otto Harbach for the Broadway musical No, No, Nanette. Now, I've always thought that it was a cute, simple, and fun song. I can't believe I'm going to tell you this. I remember my mom singing it to me at bedtime almost every night, punctuating the first word of every line with a loving tap on the nose. So it would be like this. I want to be happy, but I can't be happy till I make you happy too. But the best part was then she'd go, doo-doo-doo-doo. But leave it to Harvard Business School to determine that this cute ditty, sung to me as a cute little boy, would become a scientifically proven fact. 2 years ago, a Harvard Business School professor and 2 colleagues published an article in Science magazine entitled, Spending Money on Others Promotes Happiness. Their research claims money can buy you happiness, so long as you spend your money on someone else. According to the research, giving away even as little as $5 a day can lead to increased well-being for the giver. In other words, I want to be happy, but I can't be happy till I make you happy too. It reminds me of what Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, the chief rabbi in Britain, said a few years ago. Happiness is not made by what we own. It is found in what we share. Michael Norton, a professor of marketing at Harvard Business School and the co-author of that aforementioned study, elaborates, saying, one of the most puzzling paradoxes in social science is that though people spend so much of their time trying to make more money, having more money doesn't seem to make them that much happier. My colleagues Liz Dunn and Laura Aikman and I wondered if the issue was not that money couldn't buy happiness, but that people simply weren't spending it in the right way to make themselves happy. Liz had this great idea to explore whether, if we encouraged people to spend money in different ways, we could uncover the domains in which money might lead to happiness. We conducted a number of studies in which we showed that money can buy happiness when people spend that money on others, giving gifts to friends, donating to charities, organizations, churches, rather than on themselves, like buying a flat-screen television, like I did a few months ago. It didn't make me happy. Professor Norton continues. We found that it was the relative percentage of their money that people spent on others rather than the absolute amount that predicted their happiness. It was the percentage they spent on others that increased their well-being. Professor Norton goes on to say, in another study, we showed that spending as little as $5 over the course of a day on another person led to demonstrable increases in happiness. In other words, people needn't be wealthy and donate hundreds of thousands of dollars to charity to experience the benefits of giving. Small changes, a few dollars reallocated from oneself to another, can make the difference. I love it. Just $5 a day times 365 days a year, that's just $1,825 for guaranteed happiness. Sign me up. Or double your pleasure. $10 a day times 365 days a year, that's $3,650 for even more mirth. Where do I check the box that says yes? I want to be happy, but I can't be happy until I make you happy, too. This science of generosity isn't new. The religious traditions of the world and the great spiritual teachers have always taught that we must become part of the universe's flow of blessings. They've always known that generosity, sharing, giving is an essential part of a spiritual life. According to noted Buddhist teacher Sharon Salzberg, the Buddha said that no true spiritual life is possible without a generous heart. Generosity allies itself with an inner feeling of abundance, the feeling that we have enough to share. Writer and Native American activist Kent Nerburn agrees. He says, giving is a miracle that can transform the heaviest of hearts. Two people who moments before lived in separate worlds of private concerns suddenly meet each other over a simple act of sharing. The world expands. A moment of goodness is created, and something new comes into being where before there was nothing. But true giving is not an economic exchange. It is a generative act. It does not subtract from what we have. It multiplies the effect we can have in the world. I'm going to say that again. True giving is not an economic exchange. It is a generative act. It does not subtract from what we have. It multiplies the effect we can have in the world. Our Unitarian Universalist tradition has always had faith in the ordinary human being. Our Unitarian Universalist faith believes that each human being can be more than our small selves. Ours is a theology of abundance. We never brought into the limiting idea of original sin. We proclaim original blessing, a belief that goodness and blessing inherent in each of us can be encouraged, enlarged, shared. Now, we aren't naive. We know that human beings have the capacity to do great evil. Our remembrance today of Yom HaShoah is a terrifying reminder of how distorted our humanity can become. But our Unitarian Universalist faith doesn't dwell upon the depraved. It strives to help us learn how we can lift each other up, how we can fulfill our true human potential.